And welcome back. This is Mike Prince with you in the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We have our weekly update now with Coach Bubba McDowell. Coach, how you doing today, sir?
I'm good, my man. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing real good. Thank you for helping me make up for lost time, but we got to take care of our health, right? And it's always important to keep the health thing the main thing.
No doubt. You know what they say about us black men, these doctors. We got to do it.
Sir. Got to do it, sir, and I appreciate you doing that. Real quickly, we have Alabama State on this week, but if you could give us a recap and your assessment from last week of what the progress of the team and where we're headed toward Montgomery this week, sir.
Yeah, I thought we came out. I'm really proud of the guys. We came out. We played well. My humble opinion, I think we had a chance to either win or definitely make the score a lot closer than what it showed. I think it all came down again. As I've always said, at least team makes the mistakes, at least mistakes made by that team or a team, usually wins the game, and, with those guys, who've been putting up 50 and 60 points, last 2 weeks, we want to make sure we came in, pumped, put pressure on them, defensively, offensively, and special team. We did all those things for a minute, but we also had some issues where we kind of gave up, crucial downs where we had penalties, wasn't a lot, 7 for 56 yards, penalties. Again, that's a lot versus a good squad like that, good team like that. And it was all, at crucial times where we had them stop defensively. Then offensively, we dropped a lot of balls. We had a chance to get a first down, and man, we couldn't hold on to the ball. I again couldn't be more proud than see Shannon Dumas coming in and taking over the Rams as a true freshman and doing what he did. I think Coach Frederick did an excellent job of just managing the game with this young man and just letting him do what he do best, what he's been showing in practice, and that is, hey, he know how to manage the clock. He knows what he's looking at. Yes, he got things to work on, absolutely, but he's better each time he gets out there, and gets some reps. We had a chance, I think would have kind of changed the course of the game with the block punt, then Ahmad, trying to celebrate too early, could have just picked it up and ran into the end zone, but he ran out of bounds. And again, we still didn't even get in. We missed a field goal right after that. So I think that if we had scored at that point, it would have been a nice little game changer, momentum for us, But I think our defense played really good. Down the stretch, came in the second half, and they only scored one touchdown, 11 points in this whole whole second half. So, again, I'm proud of them, the way they played. We just got to minimize the mistakes that we been occurring, in crucial situations.
Yes, sir. Now, as you made a reference to, special teams play has been excellent for these past 3 weeks. Defense, I believe, has been playing well enough to win ball games. Like you say, you hold a high-powered team down to 30 points, and we were kind of guesstimating that if you could hold them to 30, you would give yourselves a chance to win. My question to you, are there any concerns with the offense and their lack of movement, especially when you made reference to the punt inside the 10, had to settle for a field goal attempt? Do you have any concerns about that, or are things going according to the scheduled plan?
No, I don't. No. The only, I guess, if it would be a worry for me and staff, I was thinking for, as I mentioned to our players, you got to make plays. When opportunity comes, you got to make plays. Those that, want to get in, you think you should be playing, and then when you get in, you don't make those plays, and then this is why you're not playing, because, again, we can't trust you to make the plays when it counts. And you, again, I always use analogies with the NFL guys I know, and, you guys always keep saying you want to get to the next level, and I tell you guys all the time, you got to make those plays. That's the difference between big timers and and the non-big timers. Those guys make plays when it's absolutely necessary. So again, the young buck was throwing the ball on the money. He just wasn't catching them, and those would have been crucial first downs that would have kept the ball moving.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Because once again, third downs have been critical on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. And I'm assessing. Now, you're the coach. They pay you the big bucks. I just have a microphone in my hand. The challenge that I'm seeing is that because offense are not extending drives, you're wearing out a good defense that's being overexerted from being on the field too long.
Yeah, but I would be worried, about that if we didn't have backup. I've said it from day one. Many shows, many talk shows. This is the year that we got backup, man. We got dudes that can come in and play, adequate backup at that. Like I said, it's the first year I've been here since we had, 3 sets of D linemen that can, 3 D line groups that can play secondary as well as no linebacker. So that kind of helps us out quite a bit as opposed to previous years where, guys get really, really tired and then should we makes even more mistakes out there. But now we got dudes we can rotate in and out and you hope that, we don't skip a beat, so to say. So, again, I'm confident with the defense doing them. Would we like to, not be on the field so much? Probably, no doubt. But, we had 90, 95, 96 some plays. That's a lot of plays, but they played really well through those 95 plays. And like I said, my hat's off to those young men for just, sticking in there. And wanted to win, because again, like I said, it was just several situations where we gave them, penalties. We gave them the first down due to penalties, and again, it wasn't due to play; it was just through mistakes that they made, face mask, offside, jumping, stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, as I say, it's a lesson learned, and you move ahead. So this week's opponent, Alabama State in Montgomery. They've had a bye week to make the necessary adjustments under Eddie Robertson Jr. What are some things that they'd like to try and do, and how do you see the Panthers being the last man standing at the end of this week?
They're big, 11, 12 personnel. Again, they love to run the ball. They love to use the back out of the backfield on mismatches versus linebackers. So, defensively, we just got to learn we just got to continue to, should I say, just continue to do what we do, do it efficiently, for every series that we're out there. Every down that they're out there, put pressure on like we've been doing. So, we ain't going to do nothing new that we haven't been doing. We may switch up some things defensively for this game, but again, it's pretty much the same stuff we've been doing. Because, again, we trust our guys to go out there and play fast football like they've been doing. And again, that's defense for our offense for them. Like I said, they're pretty good at what they do. Not a whole lot, but they do it really well. Kind of like the team we played 2 weeks ago in ACU. Again, nothing difficult. They just do it very well. So we got to be just as good defensively versus that offense. Their defense versus our offense. They're man-to-man team. They love zero coverage. So now we're gonna see what our wide receivers are about. Now you got to match up. As I've said many times, whether it be defense, offense, special team, you got to be better than that guy across from you. And you got to be that guy. If they're going to go man-to-man like that, let's see who's the better athlete at that particular time. So, they like the man-to-man stuff. So we're going to try to expose that, and hopefully we can do that with our receiving core.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you made reference to the zero coverage because where they say they have confidence in their DBs, and you say the opportunity to exploit that is not going to be in the hands of your receiving core.
Yeah, I mean, they got a good set. They got a good secondary, and rightful so. If you do, I know for sure that, if we had, dudes that can really cover, sure, yeah, why not go man-to-man with them and see who's the better athlete? And they got those dudes over there. So, again, it's going to be a big challenge for our wideouts, O-line to hold up, give Trezon, the time to throw the ball.
Okay, well, the Panthers will be definitely geared up and ready to go this week at Montgomery. Slightly early to the times have been played at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And before we go any further, Coach, it's time for your letter grades of the week, sir, on each team.
I would say a special team, we had a B. I would definitely have been an A+ if we had got that touchdown. But I would say overall, even though with the field goal miss, I still give us a B+. And they played really, really well. Offense, I would say probably give us a C. Again, just the missed opportunities that we had to get, to help us sustain the drive and that we didn't capitalize on. That hurt us, and as well as defense. And I would say about a B-, because again we came out, even though getting hit in the mouth real early, with two quick scores. They came out second half, played up to their potential, and did really well, shut these guys down. Which again, how they can score quickly and score often. So I would say definitely B-.
Okay, very good. And one other thought that I came across as you were giving the letter grades out, unlike NFL, these non-conference games are a hybrid between a preseason and game. They count, but not as much. If anything, they're going to help your strength of schedule if it comes down to a potential playoff bid. So what are you looking for in your non-conference games?
Just to see kids go out and compete, because, in the non-conference game, you always hear kids talk about, yeah, I could play on that level, or I could play at that school, or I should have went to that school. And I'll be like, okay, well, you didn't get there, and you're not there. So, what better time to show that you can play against guys like the non-conference game. So that means you got to show up. You got to play really well. You got to execute really well throughout for 4 quarters. So and again, it gives us the opportunity, as a SWAC team who's going into that game probably not favored. To show that, hey, we can play against a lot of these non-conference teams that people are not giving us a chance to win.
Yes, sir. So, as they say, put up or shut up, right, Coach?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, we always appreciate you making time for us here at the Open Mic. And as regularly scheduled on time, we're going to give you some closing thoughts and comments, sir.
Yeah, like I said, I'm, again, proud of the guys, the way that they played. Obviously, we could play better, and we will get better. I think it's definitely now, conference time. They know, what to expect, going into conference play, and they know how important it is. So, we're looking forward to getting better each week. We're getting, first one game at a time. Got Alabama State, so we got to travel up there and, try to get this win, and then, get back and get prepared for the next game. But, first game first, and that's Alabama State. So we've been having really good practices this week. And we're going to have some studs back this week. We've been having a couple of studs out the last 2 weeks due to some injuries, and we'll have these guys back, and we'll just hopefully see how they look today and tomorrow before we give the final say-so, and hopefully they can get into the game and just give us a chance to win this football game against Alabama State.
If I'm hearing you correctly, Coach, reading between the lines, PV Nation need to get ready for a purple explosion this weekend?
We definitely, man, because that's what we're hoping. Because the last 2 weeks, no excuse. We had some starters out. Defense, we had 5 out, and offense, we had 3 out. So, and still had a chance to, win these last 2 games, against good opponents. And, with these guys coming back, should make PV, that much better, offensively, defensively, and special teams.
All right, Coach. Well, we're looking forward to another victory for the Panthers. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can listen to the Panthers here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. All you have to do is dial our Listen Live phone number, 857-777-0000. Coach, we thank you so much again for joining in with us. He is Coach Bubba McDowell, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. I'm the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show and subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.